vulnerable right now. I'm about to weep.
Creative ways we ride all day. Let's go. Turn it up, don't stop. It's that culture shock, drop. New voices in your headphone now. Big visions from a scribble notepad. From the block to the boardroom, see it. JL Stone about to make you feel it.
Ideas in the air like confetti. Every story in the room, stay ready. Press play, get pulled in slow. Then the beat hit hard when you feel that glow. Oh.
This is Culture Shock Pod with JL Stone.
Where the culture talks back and the wild minds roam.
From the canvas to the screen, to the pen, to the phone.
If you're chasing that spark, you are not alone.
Culture Shock Pod with JL Stone.
What's up, family, and welcome to another great episode of Culture Shock Pod. I am here with my big brother, my best friend, my headache, my ride or die, the millennial prophet. But today he is not here in prophetic capacity. He's just here to come kick it with his little brother, his best friend. Let's clap it up, Culture Shock Pod family, for Dion Evans Brown. It's been a long time coming, and I'm so excited to finally have you on the pod today. I mean, you look good.
Thank you.
You're what, 259 pounds down?
Yeah, 1 pound less than you.
1 pound less than me?
Mm-hmm.
No, you weren't really close to me. You had exceeded and
We
abundantly.
can see that you're bigger than me as we still on
in
the
muscle
couch.
mass.
Mm-mm.
In muscle
Facts.
mass. I've always had a stronger physique than you,
Mm-mm.
and I know that
Yeah,
you've
you've always
spent.
been bigger than pictures than me.
You've done so well to try to keep up
No,
and catch up, and I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of me too.
I'm proud of you. What was it that started the weight loss journey for you?
I got tired of looking at you being big, so I decided
I
to
was
lose
asking
weight.
a serious question. I was trying to be serious. I wasn't being shady. But since you want to be shady,
Yeah, I got tired of you being big, so you motivated me to lose weight. Nah, seriously, maybe, so it's two stories, but I'm gonna tell one because I don't know how much time we got. The most important story is that as you know, my mom, she is struggling with kidney disease. And in order for me to
shout out to Mama Lucia. We love you.
we love you. In order for me to like qualify to be a donor, I was actually at health risk as well. So it motivated me to want to lose weight for her so that I can possibly be a donor for her to give her a kidney.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I told you. Oh well, you don't be listening, but I told you that.
I didn't
But
know
yeah,
you was
that
unhealthy.
excited my. I mean, not so much unhealthy. I was just big. I was really big, and when
No, you're a little unhealthy.
that type of
I remember.
surgery is very serious. So I would to put me under and put her under. I was at health risk. Would have been too big. So for them to test me, I decided I wanted to lose weight and she was my motivation. So yeah,
Feel like you made a good decision.
absolutely for my mama. Yeah.
In addition to doing it for your mama, like even for yourself.
For myself, yeah. For myself, yeah. But initially, it was for her. But now it's for me. I like the way I look. I like the way I feel. I'm able to preach longer. I'm able to, just enjoy life longer. Able to fit more clothes. Able to go and shop in different stores, not to buy online. It's a lot of different things. But she was my initial motivation.
Because you was big. I was looking at some of those old pictures and those old
We
videos.
both were big.
I wasn't as you.
You were big
You were
too.
wide though.
You were wide too.
I was
You
not
still
as
wide.
wide. Depends on which angle you're looking at me from.
At all angles. At every angle.
If you okay, I'm trying to can with you.
Okay, go ahead. Come
Okay, thank you. So a lot of people know you. I get to see every side of you, and I mean that I've seen you vulnerable. I've seen you upset. I've seen you navigate certain transitions in life as it relates to your personal life and ministry. And so a lot of people don't really know the depth of intellect that you really have because, and I've said this to you before, we only see that side of Dion that preaches. We only see the side of Dion that sings. And a lot of people don't know. I think at one point you preferred to sing over preach, right?
Actually, I prefer to play the drums. I never wanted to be a singer or a preacher. I wanted to be a drummer, and that's the truth.
So what got you into preaching?
So I actually was kind of forced into preaching. I never wanted to preach. Once I started singing, I never really wanted to sing either, but I just did it because my mom made me. But most times, we grew up in the black church, they be like, if you can sing, you can preach.
Mm-hmm.
And so, even though I come from, well, my father's side is a preacher, they're Baptist preachers, Southern Baptist at that. But my mom was the first preacher in our family, and so then, as growing up, I was kind of forced into preaching. I'd actually never wanted to actually preach, but I guess coupled with just life experiences and just learning how to navigate that realm has made me recently fall in love with preaching. I literally fell in love with preaching probably like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. Up to 4 or 5 years ago, I hated to preach.
Really? I don't think I knew that about you, that you didn't like, because when I met you, when you was preaching in Valdosta, and I still to this day remember. You said I don't pay attention, but I remember what you preached. Maybe because that wasn't the season of my life I was in. I had never heard Jonah preached as a holding place. Do you remember the title of your message? 'Cause you only have three messages. It's really
The title of that message was God is, I think it's God is freeing you from your holding place.
something to that effect.
Yeah, something like that.
And because I was looking forward to hearing Bishop Jackie Gilbert Grant,
Yeah, shout out, love her.
and she didn't show up that night. And I said, "Who is this little?"
She was sick.
Oh,
So she sent me.
oh, she was sick.
Yeah.
I thought she just didn't want to come.
No, she was sick. Bishop, you was sick.
Okay, so she, I was like, "Who is this?" And you were so saved then. You had on the road,
Yeah.
and you was just so small. Like people think you're skinny now, but when I met you, you were skinny.
Yeah.
Like you could look down and see your feet skinny.
But I was always, I had just became skinny at that time because I was just overcoming sickness that was eating a lot of my stomach. It was like like a gastro sickness. And I was actually in the hospital about to die. And God healed me. And then I was actually just like, I was only skinny for like a few years during that time, but I've actually always been big. If you look at pictures like, way before like high school and stuff, I was big.
Was that an insecurity of yours?
Being big?
Yeah.
No.
Do you have insecurities?
I do have insecurities, but being big was not one of them.
What's your top three that you don't mind sharing?
So I'm insecure about my speech. That's another reason why I didn't want to preach
Okay,
because I
that makes
stutter.
sense.
I'm insecure about like my skin, and I'm insecure about like just like my voice. My voice has been many years one of my biggest insecurities because people always equated even from a child from my high voice as like gay or stuff like that, and I just have a high pitched voice. That doesn't make your voice doesn't necessarily define your sexuality, but I've always had a high pitched voice, so that was one of my insecurities, which is why I didn't want to sing or preach. So I wanted to play the drums. Seriously.
How was that working out for you?
I can't play the drums now. I used to be really good. I used to play for churches in Savannah, like all around Savannah. I was really good. But then as you stop playing for years, I'm probably not as good as I'm. I can probably keep a service in line, but definitely call somebody for backup.
When when we talk about Dion and your upbringing, one of the things that since we have been friends, you've always been open about your testimony, right? And about your past. And so do you do you regret ever sharing that part of your life with the church?
Um, up till recently, sometimes I regret it, but then I think about it like when you tell your own story, nobody can tell it better than you, and then because of who I am and how much I feel like I have accomplished in ministry, sometimes people try to weaponize your testimony against you, which I've experienced a lot of that. A lot of people before they even meet me, they know about my testimony, where they try to make it as if it's something that is now instead of it being what it was, which is in my past. And so I've been blocked in a lot of ways from different doors and different opportunities because of that. When when I won't even say that because this is a podcast, but all I can say is that when people try to make my now really be they now, but
We could say it. This culture shock.
oh yeah,
I
well
got your
people try to
back.
make my now really be they now, or they never really have a reason to. That's their thing of disliking me, and then if you go behind closed doors, what they feel like they dislike about me, they really be doing. And so I've been uninvited, disinvited, where people are where I really just getting to know me, and then when you ask for like factual information of that, nobody can really provide it. They just kind of just and they always revert, well, this is what I heard, or this is what it is, and I haven't haven't what they're saying. I posted that myself, and growing up from just how I was upbringing, you never post something that you not really free from because that stuff can bite you in the behind. And I've been in ministry, itinerant ministries for the last 15 years, and it hasn't bit me yet.
And I know, so we've basically lived together in a sense. We've shared hotel rooms. We've taken flights together. We've driven across country together. And when people ask me about your sexuality, one thing that I've taken from you is he's never been it with me. Like and I say it with a clear conscience, I've never seen Dion be gay, right? I can't say that, right? Recently, you shared something with me about an issue that I think is extremely problematic when we attack people who have been delivered or are overcoming that space is people who we look up to, quote unquote fathers or mentors, who try to take advantage of that. And they see us, we look up to them and we value them. And then for the young preacher, like they've used preaching opportunities to try to get in and sleep with you or sleep with us, I'll say. So dealing in that headspace, does that make you regret that you called, or does it make you all the more feel like you got to go harder to protect people who may have who share your background and testimony?
That's an interesting question. I would say people like that, they have their type. I'm not necessarily because I've been like bigger or whatever. Uh, I I can't say I have been approached as many times or anything sexually for like in exchange for like preaching or things like that. I mean, it has happened, but it's not happened as many times as some others who may be a person's type. But I will say, because of the fact that I may have been, or because of how they feel or whatever, so have you, about my disposition without even knowing or having any proof, I have experienced blocked doors or blocked opportunities, or it has to cause me to work harder in the field in which I work with, because most people, they don't necessarily want to be connected to somebody who is viewed as homosexual or sexual or feminine or whatever. But at the end of the day, if we check your Instagram, your Facebook messages, you in and out of young guys, young preachers' inboxes, trying to exchange sexual favors for opportunities. Now, one thing, I've always been talented. I've always been able to preach, and most times, as you have seen, those type of people, they acknowledge that about me.
Absolutely.
But it's always the, oh, I think he's this, or I think he's that, without any proof. And it's kind of sad. It kind of get disheartening. And one of the reasons I told my story or released my story is because I feel like before I let anybody else expose me, I wanted to expose myself to kind of just like get it over with. I knew this would be a stumbling block or something in my way, but that was my choice. Well, not necessarily just my choice. I've been through a lot of things. I've been raped. I've been molested. I've been, but that's neither there. You still call it come down to the point of choice. So you, even after all that, you still have to choose to engage in whatever you engage in. So I chose to engage in that part of my life, and that thing happened. I chose to be a drag queen. I chose to do all that stuff. I chose those things. But at this point, I'm choosing something else. and I have
Talk about what I'm choosing to do
yeah,
now.
I have with the help of the Lord tried as much as possible to change my life around. And I used to do it. I used to want to fit into certain spaces, and a part of you as a young preacher or as a preacher, you want certain levels of success. But when you see the hypocriticalness about it, it just kind of make you just not want to deal with it at all. Cause just like you feel like my secret is not a secret, I know your secret, which is a secret, and if ever get out open about you, what would you be? And even outside of that, without even it being that, everybody has had something that they have been through or something that God has brought them out of. You shouldn't hold nobody's testimony against them. It's either I won't. Most times it's either can I do the job? I can do the job. He can't, and that's what they. That man can see. That man can prophesy. He can sing, but it's a but that you have brought no definition to, because you can't. Because where's it? Where is it?
And one thing we a lot of times say is it that I am, is it that I am, and we won't talk about this whole time, but
Yeah, God. Enough. Where's your podcast? You do what you want.
oh, no, I'm sorry, you want to talk about
Go on with it. Come on.
don't rush, don't rush me. I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay, come on.
All right. So now that made me lose my train of thought. What were we talking about?
Whatever it was, come on.
You made me lose my train of thought. Oh, I had a good point too. Anyway, we talk about oh yeah. And it's not that it's something about my life that you may or may not disagree with. It's just that I can't be controlled.
Right.
Yeah, that's what my point is. And irregardless of what a person's background may be, I think the biggest thing is for our generation is, can we control it? Which segues into the next thing I want to highlight is you have had a lot of accomplishments in your ministry. One of the greatest challenges you had was at LTMPS, your conference, Let the Millennial Prophets Speak, where we were in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was one of was it your second one, your third one?
Probably my third one.
I think it was your
my
third one.
It was the first conference, because remember it didn't start as a conference; it was just a
That's
conversation. But the first conference was where, yeah.
And the bishop preached the first night, so it was a Saturday that all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
That's for the
Saturday
first time
afternoon.
I saw you cry.
Yeah.
How was that?
Uh,
Do we need to tell? Because
I've
these people
never
don't know what happened.
I've ever actually talked about this publicly, because I would not.
Oh, welcome to
But-
Culture Shop Pod.
um, it was very traumatic experience for me during that time, because it was so much build up so much that was building up through that day. And first of all, when I started LTPS, many people don't know it was actually only because we were denied an opportunity to be visibly seen. I had reached out to, I won't call his name, but I reached out to some.
Don't care nothing about that. Call his
I
name.
reached out.
Greg Davis. We reached out to Greg
I
Davis.
reached out to the word that went through that time, and was asking, because they had the Young Preacher show, and I was asking about us doing Young Prophets, and through that it was told that at that time Bishop Greg was not working with her. He was like, he would feel like more that we should ask Bishop Bernard Jordan, because he wasn't a prophet and he didn't feel necessarily called to prophets at that time. Which years later he actually, during the pandemic, got a call for prophets, and we were able to serve on that particular platform, and God opened the door for us anyway. But at that time he wasn't. So I started LTPS so that my generation of prophetic voices could be heard, and I did that without an endorsement from anybody major or nothing. And from the first one, we had standing room only. And it was just simple, even though conversation with people just go out there with, but the experience, the first two, it was really good. And then the Lord told us to transform it into a conference. And so with the influence that I had with people that I made contact with, just it began to
It was a lot of people.
just invite people that I preached for, the people that and different things. Didn't know they were gonna come. Nothing, had no sense of a budget. I just had a word from God, and I told you, I said I don't know what it's gonna be like, but I'm just. And then we've seen people come from all over and pack that place. Well, I think my godfather's church was sitting about 200 or 300 people, and that first night, my mind was blown. It was like I don't know where all these people came from, and people that I, trusted with my story, with my life, with that I looked up to, that we call uncle. You invite those people in, but sometimes people like you at a certain capacity, but they only like the capacity in which they can see you in, and so they don't necessarily have a capacity for your vision, but they have a capacity for you, as long as the you that fits them. And so
That's good.
that's basically what happened. I invited a guy in, Bishop Amir May, which we have since made amends, but this is my truth. I invited him in, and he, not knowing that he didn't have a capacity for my vision, and those who he were associated with at that time did not have capacity, which what I was told that day by Prophet Foster. Um, Prophet Foster, that they did not want me to go live. They didn't want me to do this or do that. That the powers that be, because there was a lot going on. I think they had several prophetic colleges and different things at that time. And it was said that I was trying to start a college, which I wasn't trying to start a college. I was just trying to highlight voices in my generation that were prophetic voices that others could bring in and different things like that. I always wanted to take whatever platform I had to share it with other people. And so and so basically they was basically what I was told, I don't know, allegedly, that they were feeding Bishop Amir May and telling him to shut down my meeting. And so when he got the mic at that time, and all of, I don't know what, if I should have kept it, but uh he got the mic, and from the first word he said, he did not, you the prophet or you not. There's no such thing as a millennial prophet.
That was he said.
And that was his word. And that cut me, because here I am, you calling me nephew and this, and I invited you to my meeting, and the first thing you do is come against the vision that God gave me. That would, if you felt that way, you could have declined it,
Yeah.
or you could have told me this privately.
Yeah.
You didn't have to say that in front of, and then from there, it just began to just go downhill. I honestly, I don't remember much, because I just kind of just went into like a trance, because I couldn't believe this was happening. And one thing I didn't believe this was happening, because there were so many in our generation, some of them connected to, some of them not, but that I'll put my neck out for them
Yeah.
to come and sit,
Yeah.
not to be treated this way, but to be, heard.
Yeah.
And they were already skeptical of it anyway, because of what our generation has experienced. But the mere fact that I promised them that this wouldn't happen, the first thing it happens, it made me look bad. And so, of course, that moment went viral, and different things happened. People walked off, almost got in a fight. But it really caused me hurt, because he was a person that I loved, I trusted,
Yeah.
with my story and different things. He knew different things about me. He was, and I thought he cared about my vision.
Yeah.
And like I said, since then, it took me a few years, but we have talked, and talked about it. But that moment was very traumatic for me. If it had not been for my bishop actually helping recover, because actually we were able to recover that moment, which was not videotaped, but
Yeah.
I got up and facilitated it myself, and we were able to recover that moment. But that moment, to have to deal with that, and then that was the first time I was ever on the blogs.
Yeah.
It was the first. I mean, it just was a crazy moment for me, and I was just like, I really didn't feel like I would experience that, but I guess it came with the program, because when you have a word from God, sometimes you have to obey God. And honestly, I never said God told me to bring certain people. I just did it out of relationship. And sometimes when you don't think you can do it on your own, you'll try to put other people in spaces that you should have been in the first place. And so that's what, and God proved that to me, because even though we took off 2 years, we had one of the biggest conferences at your father's church, my last
We
Millennial
did.
Prophets conference. After a 2-year hiatus, we doubled in size and
Hey,
doubled in people, and we had a great conference. So that just proves that when it's God ordained, you can't stop it.
do you do you ever feel like you would or you have to bring it back?
I've been going back and forth with that in my mind. I want there's a part of me that wants to bring it back. I believe I shut it down too early prematurely, because I was in fear of who I would what I would become. I didn't think I had the capacity to be what God was calling me to do. And then I also you've seen a lot of the disrespect I've gotten from my generation with putting my neck out there.
Yeah,
Even through the whole "so you think you can preach" thing,
yeah.
which I never talked about really publicly except one time, and
Let's talk
how
about it.
people took.
You want to talk about it? You can talk about it.
I mean, once again, sticking my neck out
For this
for this
generation.
generation, opening up opportunities, doing something that has been done before on a larger scale.
Hmm.
And I was doing it on the scale of which I had at that time. We were working for the word along with Bishop Greg Davis. And took over a spot that my sister yielded to me, Jolanda. And I was just trying to get young preachers who did not have the opportunity that I had to be heard.
Hmm.
And we were going to offer them a branding package. We're going to offer them some money, And it wasn't basically really a competition. It's just,
Yeah,
preachers have they likes. You like who you like. You like
yeah.
you know,
Whoever connected
whoever
better.
yeah whoever connected with the audience better. We were
Hmm.
gonna offer, and what they didn't know, everybody was gonna get something. It
Hmm.
was just gonna be something for because Bishop, we were tired of working that particular space. We were tired of being on the prayer line. So
Yeah.
Bishop was like, I need more voices. Use your platform to be more voices. So that's what I did. But for it to be uh played at a different place, and me and Bishop Greg have talked since then, but I have
Hmm.
never said, I had to go live and talk about it, but he was supposed to come on with me. He left me on there by myself, and I had to take all those hits by myself at
Yeah,
that time.
yeah.
And I went. That was another traumatic experience for me. And but that part didn't hurt me the most. What hurt me the most is the generation that I stuck myself out for, who was with it till social media, somebody who was prominent in social media made it negative. They
Hmm.
took the opportunity because they want to be seen, which the platform would have caused them to be seen if they would have stuck behind me. They took
Hmm.
the opportunity to attack us
Hmm.
and to say certain things. And I was like, why am I continue? This is my second time sticking my neck out for my generation, and I continuously, if it ain't the gay thing, is this?
Yeah.
It's like,
If it ain't
okay,
one
so
thing, it's
it's
another.
so yeah, I don't have to do this no more. Like
Hmm.
I don't have to do it. A lot of people know I'm educated. I was working a six-figure job at that time, working
Good job. And you
insurance.
let people talk about.
Yeah, I was working in insurance. I mean, my first time going to school was for vocal performing arts. I did end up getting a degree from Jacksonville Theological Seminary in ministry. So it's not like I had
Dion has
nothing.
his doctorate, y'all.
No, I don't.
Dion has
Don't
an
piss me
honorary.
off. I don't.
Dion has an honorary doctorate.
I mean, I just had somebody hit me up with an honorary doctorate again. Like people want to give me honorary doctorates, but I,
For what? You ain't.
I've
You know,
done,
go
but
ahead.
I'm an educated individual, so it's not like I can't go out and get something or do something. So
Right.
I'm tired of sticking my neck out for this generation. Y'all keep giving me y'all behind the kiss, in for better words, and so or not having my back. But you get all these. But once I went live and explained it, then you get all those backtracking
Yeah.
inboxes. But it's
Yeah.
like the damage has been. My life has went through hell the last 24 hours at the hands of y'all,
Hmm.
and now you want to backtrack because I brought solutions. So, after LT, but that was right before LTMPS. I had LTMPS still, and it still was successful. But I had initially said, you know what, I was gonna do MAPS, which was
Hmm.
Millennial Apostles and Prophets Conclave. But after so much ridicule and different things, I just decided to take a break from the conference space. And I guess it's been 4 years. And so now I'm just like, I feel like the time has passed for it. I'm really trying to recreate something. And then there's a part of me that says, I'm still asking God, like, okay, should I go back and do, because there's still a part of me that still feels like there are people in our generation who is doing it right, such as ourselves, who are submitted to leadership, who haven't had the opportunities that some of them do deserve due to being overlooked or due not being connected. And whatever platform I have, I want to be able to give them that space so that they can be visibly seen. So there's a part of me that still has a burden for that. While I'm fighting for myself, I still have a burden for it. So I
And
don't know. I am considering entering back into the conference. This is fresh off the press.
you heard it here
Considering
first.
entering the conference back in the conference space this year. Uh,
You about to
it's
almost over
going to
with.
be. I've been working on some things, just haven't released it. But yeah, entering. I'm entering back into the conference space this year. Probably closer to the end of the year. So
Okay.
we'll see. I don't know if it's going to be that, but it will be something, and we're believing God for it to be a success.
Well, I'm looking. Are you bringing me back?
Well, you wouldn't be coming back if it's not that. You'll
What
be
you
coming
mean?
to something different.
Well,
So it wouldn't
would
be
you be
bringing.
bringing me in?
Of course, you'll be in a part of all my
I know, but I'm gonna have
things.
to. I just want you to make sure you do business right this time.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do business like you do business with me.
What do you mean?
You don't want me to expose. You want me to expose you on your
I
podcast?
don't know what you mean.
I'm gonna do the same type of business that you do with
I
me.
take care of you.
Yeah,
When I ask you to do something,
and
you
you
give me
take.
all this
I take
runaround.
care of you when you ask me to do something. When I
You
ask you to do something, I take care of you.
you
And I'm gonna
have
take care of you like you take care of me.
oh, so I'm gonna get 5-star hotel
Oh
per
God,
diem.
yeah,
Cause even when I've
all
traveled
of
with
that.
you and your friends, I
We're
just
not gonna talk about my friends on this
I would
podcast.
give. Excuse me.
We're not gonna do that.
Yo, they're your friends.
You've had relationship with those people.
I had.
Okay,
I
so
had.
you had your own relationship with them
I didn't
outside of me.
actually. I thought I did.
Outside of
I
me,
thought I did.
apparently you
But
didn't.
then when I come to find out,
You
instead of
didn't.
them telling me what their issue is with me, they'll call you.
That's the same thing people do with you.
That's not true.
Yeah,
That's not
they do
true.
that with you.
Nobody that
Yes, they
we don't
do.
have mutual connections that have issues with you.
All of your connect, they don't have
They're
issues with
not
me because they
mutual
know
though.
better.
Well, I don't know what you mean by that.
They know better. They'd rather talk about
They're not
me
gonna be
to
fake.
you.
Unlike your friends, they're not gonna be fake in my
That's not
face.
true. My
They-
friends never break with you.
Oh, Shandala Hasia.
Yeah.
They're ve-
This is not what this is about. This interview is about me, so let's focus on that.
we talking about you.
It ain't got nothing to do with
You-
me. You've had your own relationship with those people.
I don't know. I have not.
Yes, you have.
And even you've acted funny with me at some point in ministry.
I've never acted funny with you.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's
Okay,
talk
let's
about
talk
why
about it.
sometimes it's like pulling teeth with you to get you to do stuff with me.
That's not true.
And I
do stuff
appreciate
with
that.
you every week.
And then don't understand. I have to pull teeth
That's
with
not
you
true.
to get you to do it.
That's not true.
We
Everything you
many
ask me
people
to
don't
do, I do.
realize our friendship has really been on the rocks for the past 2 years.
I knew you was gonna turn this about you
This ain't
because
because
the culture shock is that you're a liar.
You think so?
Yeah, you lying right now, and we're not gonna waste time.
This isn't a
with
waste
your
of time.
lies.
I'm giving you opportunity to repent.
I'm not repenting for. Ooh, hallelujah. I'm not repenting for nothing.
I'm giving you an opportunity.
Okay, let's go back. Because is this almost over? Because I got stuff to do. Because I'm not gonna sit here with this, and this man got to go. So, come on, what's happening? Let's move to the next
This is
question.
my podcast.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's get back to it.
So if there's anything in life you could be doing,
This is not helping the body at all.
we're
This
not
is
here for the
banter.
body of Christ.
This is banter.
This is
I'm not gonna banter with you.
anyway. Can I finish what I'm saying?
Please.
Because you have a bad habit of cutting me off
Please,
too.
please finish.
If there's anything in life you could be doing other than whatever you're doing right now, what would it be?
God, my life has been so consumed with ministry and
Oh.
church. It's just like I don't even. I probably would be, honestly, I probably would be an R&B singer.
Really?
I really feel most people don't know. I've stopped singing, but I really can sing.
You think so?
I'm really one of the best singers in our generation.
Really?
I think so.
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take singing advice from you. You're
I'm,
tone deaf.
I sing a little bit better than you.
Yeah.
We always talk
You
about.
want this ain't meant to be. This ain't meant to be. I'm telling you, this is.
We were talking about you being an R&B singer. We were talking about you being an R&B singer, and then you went into want to be a lawyer.
Yeah, I would want to be a lawyer. I actually thought about going back to school for like political science. Because I'm very argumentative. Actually, an entertainment lawyer. That's what I wanted to be when I was younger. But
A lot of people don't know you've worked with major celebrities.
I have.
Well, really one, but go ahead.
Several.
Who? Can you name them?
NDAs. You're not finna get me sued, but I have.
Really?
I'm actually currently working with one right now.
Who?
NDAs.
Take it to me.
Okay, I'll tell you.
That's interesting. It's amazing that even if you're not one, God still lets you come close to it, and you're not really doing.
Yeah. Somebody has to be the star of this show.
Of what show?
Culture show.
Well, you. Well, that's why you're here because I'm the
I'm
star. You,
Yeah.
and I inspire you in so many ways of your life.
Yeah.
I know, and I'm humbled to be such an inspiration in your life.
I'm glad about
When I look at you as a son and I see all the things that I have.
This must be the bloopers part.
No, fool. This is the transparent part. You oftentimes talk about how I'm just such an impact and inspiration in your life, and how I'm always, and I really am always pouring into you, and I'm always encouraging you, pushing you, motivating you,
Yeah.
trying to keep you on the straight and narrow, and so it's like I really want you to lock in, because sometimes I feel like you don't. I feel like you don't take yourself serious, and I know you've been through a lot of traumatic experiences in ministry, and your heart has been broken, and I know you've dealt with a lot of disappointment.
So is this like Ayana fix my life or something?
I don't want to fix your life.
'Cause
I've
I ain't
tried. You
coming
don't
for
pay
that.
me enough for me to
I
fix
ain't
your
going for
life.
that. Be told anything about that. So
What
keep
you
going
mean?
with the question.
No. Before I get to the question, I want to just talk about how
You wanna
I'm
talk about
humbled.
yourself?
No, I'm humbled and to have played such an important role.
It's humble in the room with us. Cause right now this is some hogwash.
So anyway, outside of, but there's a side of you that people don't get to always see and experience, because a lot of times people think, oh, Dion just funny, and some people think Dion's funny looking. Some people think Dion's funny acting. Why do you think people think you mean and funny actor?
I don't know. They don't never get the chance to know me.
I wonder why.
Well, we talked about that at the beginning of the podcast.
Why?
Rewind.
Nah.
But if people get the chance to know me, I'm probably one of the nicest persons that you'll ever meet.
Really?
I am. I'm very
Dion,
nice.
no, we were at lunch. We were at dinner with
very
a girl that I was talking to at the time. And you didn't even know the girl. And in the middle of dinner, looked and said, Jeremy, you need a wife. And then you said, and that ain't it.
That's okay. So you gave the con.
That was the context. We was at dinner.
We were at dinner. We were talking about something. I remember how that went. We were talking
I was
about
talking about having a women's conference, women's Bible study.
and we was talking about because you had put your face on the flyer for a women's brunch at your church, and we were reading you about putting your face on a women's flyer.
But did you really think that was appropriate?
And I said, in response to that, I was like, Jeremy, you need a wife.
And why did you think
Because
that
I
was
wasn't
appropriate?
thinking about her.
Clearly,
I was just talking
again.
in the concept of why would you put your face on the flyer instead of, if you had a wife, your wife could be the face of this, not you. That's what we were talking about, and that's why I said that. It had nothing to do with her. She got offended because, as we could see, she wasn't your wife. Sorry.
Well, that's all the time we have. This has been fun. This has been great. Anything you want to add or take away or ask? Anything you want the people to know? I feel like you were very reserved, and
I really shared a lot on
I'm
this
gonna talk to you
podcast.
about it when the cameras go off.
That is a lie.
I'm gonna
I've
really
shared
talk
a
to you
lot of
about
this.
it.
What more did you want?
I don't appreciate you rushing me.
You
either.
want me to sit here and talk about that
That what?
All day. I'm not talking about that all day.
Nobody want to hear
I
about
said
that.
what I said. That's exactly what you want to see.
No,
Let's
I
talk about
don't.
all day.
No, I
To
don't.
get your views up.
We don't want to hear.
No.
We don't want to hear
I
about
don't want to
that.
talk about that. But what I would
What you
say
want to talk
is
about then, Dion?
we've already
You the
talked for an
guest.
hour.
We ain't been on here an hour.
I had a great time. I enjoyed this, and I want to say I'm so proud of you to see everything that you're doing.
Oh, because you prophesied this.
I did.
Remember that year? What was that, 2 years
did.
ago?
2 years. It took you a whole year to get it together through a closed church and everything, but you finally got it together, and I'm so excited that you're living in the prophetic word and you're living in what God promised you. And I believe this is really not just because I'm on here, but it's really going to take off because people need to these type of conversations, vulnerability and different things, and so. I'm excited and happy for you as your best friend. And I pray that God takes this further than where you want to see it because this is great. I enjoyed myself.
I receive it. I receive
And maybe
it.
I'll do a part two. Maybe.
Yeah, we got to do a part 2.
Half of it cut off the good part. But we going to try to edit as much as we can. But it was so good.
Maybe we could do this over mimosas and hookah.
I'm safe.
You know?
I don't. Nope. I do not.
Really? When did you stop?
I stopped
Come here, Troy. I got a video I want to show you.
2021. I don't care what videos you show. Bible said, old things have passed away. Behold, all things are new. Even if I stopped yesterday, I still don't know about it.
Okay.
I don't do. I'm saying.
Well, we got an appointment that we got to make, and so I don't want us to miss our reservation. That
I ain't going. I don't know about that. You go and make your appointment. But I want to say, yeah, definitely had an enjoyed time. Hopefully we can do this again.
Glad to have you on, man.
Glad to be
It
on.
wasn't it was good. I know you got a lot on your schedule. And it was a little rushed, but you came in straight off the road.
I came in from the gym.
Off the road.
Yeah, from the gym. But I am headed to the road this week. Meet me in Austin, Texas.
Oh, that it won't be. It'll be.
We'll be preaching.
It won't be posted by then.
Meet me where I'm gonna be at. Follow me, official PD Brown on Instagram.
All the information is gonna be on the bottom of the screen right here, so you can follow my friend and my brother.
And follow
Prophet.
my R&B career. All right.
But he got to lose. He got to lose a couple more pounds before we get that off the ground. Nobody will. I know some big R&B singers.
And what it be? How far they go?
Luther
Even Missy
did.
Elliott had to go lose weight.
She was a rapper though.
Missy Elliott was a singer too. She had to lose weight.
She got off
And
rapping
Luther
though.
did. Biggie did.
He wasn't an R&B singer.
They never make it back.
Ruben.
Right.
Ruben.
R&B
Ruben's still
R&B
singing.
rappers make it.
No, Ruben is still singing.
Yeah, he's still singing, but he's not like in the mainstream. Who? The one. He sang gospel loudly. So that's not a good. No.
I'm trying to think.
And he about to die every week. No thanks. I'm trying to stay alive in God, okay? Because them clubs be hot. Every week he having heart palpitations, so that's not a good. Like I said, 20 more pounds. I'm gonna get it up.
To the young creative, to the young thinker, to the young person that may be like young Dion. First, do you think you living the life that young Dion is proud of?
Yes. And reason why I say yes because the young Dion never thought I would live to even see. I'll be 34 next month. I live to see this much.
Jesus.
And so, I may not have the life that I want, but I think young Dion will be proud of the life that it is. I am coming from where I come from. I grew up in a trailer, broken parent home.
Oh, we didn't even get to unpack your daddy issues.
Yeah, not on this podcast, but got enough daddy issues for the both of us. But nah, just and my mom was struggling and making good of herself, and she did the best she can growing up, and just having to experience all that I experienced. I never thought I would live to see 30 or at least 20 something, and the mere fact that I'm living to see 34 next month, I am proud of that. And things could be better, but things is not as worse as it could be. And so to the young creative, which I think you was gonna ask me,
Yes.
I would say you can't be unless you try. And that's the greatest thing I could say. If you don't try, you'll never know what you could be. And considering everything that I've experienced, I always had somewhat of a try. Even if it take me a minute to try, I'm gonna try. And trying has brought me to where I am today. And I made up my mind this year that I'm gonna try even harder and never know how far you can go if you try. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Let's clap it up, Culture Shop, for our guest today.
Tom Biz.
And we are excited. Make sure you follow my brother. Make sure you comment, subscribe. Let us know how you enjoyed today's conversation. I look forward to connecting with y'all again. This is the Millennial Prophet, Dion Evans Brown, and we'll see you next time on Culture Shop.
Vulnerable right now, I'm about to weep.
Creative ways we ride all day. Let's go. Turn it up, don't stop. It's that culture shock drop. New voices in your headphone now. Big visions from a scribble notepad. From the block to the boardroom, see it. JL Stone about to make you feel it.
Ideas in the air like confetti. Every story in the room, stay ready. Press play, get pulled in slow. Then the beat hit hard when you feel that glow. Oh.
This is Culture Shock Pod with JL Stone.
Where the culture talks back.